Republican U.S. Senate candidate Pat Toomey campaigned in Pittsburgh today. At one stop, Toomey criticized his Democratic opponent, Joe Sestak, over the White House job offer controversy. KD political editor John Delano was there and joins us live now with more. John?
Well, Patrice, last summer, senior Democratic leaders wanted Joe Sestak out of that race against Arlen Specter. But even the White House could not persuade Sestak to drop out. While Sestak confirmed the job offer attempt last February, the details were never released. Now his Republican opponent, Pat Toomey, says Sestak should have done more to bring this controversy to an end sooner. Pat Toomey says the controversy over a White House job offer to his opponent, Joe Sestak, has become a distraction.
I think Congressman Sestak should have been more forthcoming earlier to clear the air, because what this has done is it's distracted us from the substantive policy differences which are so stark.
Last Friday, the White House confirmed that it had arranged for former President Clinton, Sestak's boss in the 1990s, to try to persuade Sestak from running against Arlen Specter in the Democratic primary. Sestak said no.
At the time, I heard the words presidential board. But that's all I heard. And it didn't matter what it was. I would have not, it wasn't anything else, and I just said, Mr. President, as I said to you, I almost interrupted, Mr. President, I'm not, no. I said.
Sestak says he answered media questions honestly, but it was up to the White House, not him, to release the details.
I hope that's all there is to it. But I will acknowledge that it does seem a little strange that if the whole arrangement were indeed as innocuous as they have suggested in their coordinated statements, then one wonders why it took so many months to get to the bottom of it.
Ironically, Toomey also ran against his party's establishment 6 years ago, when Specter was a Republican. I asked him if President Bush or Senator Santorum tried to talk him out of running back then.
Nobody did, and certainly nobody ever offered me a job to get out of the race. There are a lot of people that made it clear whether they'd be supporting me or not, and in the examples you gave, it was not. No, nobody ever tried to get me out of the race, and nobody ever offered me a job.
Now, I spoke to the Sestak campaign a few minutes ago. They say that Sestak, like Toomey, wants to move beyond this to talk about issues. But Republicans, they say, won't let it drop, at least as it affects President Obama. Earlier today, the chairman of the Republican National Committee asked the president to, quote, come clean and say whether he knew what President Clinton was up to on this job offer. And so it goes. More politics. Live in the newsroom, I'm John Delano.
Doctors told a local man that his cancer would probably take his life.